Assalamualaikum student, hope you're doing well today. Today the day is Wednesday and date is 13th November 2024. The topic we would cover today is explanations. So basically these are the questions from the previous the brochure we have read over here. So we have to tell us about like the things they will ask from us. Use these questions to explore the explanation that follows. Discuss the answer. When was the body cleansed? Right after the person passed away. Basically, these are the questions from the mummified, like the chapter we have read already about the mummies and how they were preserved and why they were preserved. So these are the questions according to that. We have to give the answer according to that context. So, when was the body cleansed? Right after the person passed away. Why was salt used? It helped keep the body from getting spoiled. Like we preserve the things with the salt to make it away from getting spoiled. How long did it take? It took about 70 days. It took about 70 days. Why was the body wrapped? The body was wrapped in special cloth called linen, like a big bandage. As you have already seen, the mummies are wrapped in the white cloth. The body is fully covered with the white cloth. What was this process called? This process was called mummification. This process was called mummification. And where was it placed? The mummy was put in a special box called a coffin and placed in a tomb. Like as we have already seen in many cartoon series, like the mummies are in the box, the wooden box, the coffin, and they are placed in the tombs. Now comes to next page. So let's read this text. How did they do it? Like what is the process of mummification? Like how mummies are wrapped? So let's read it. It took about 70 days to embalm a body. First, all the internal organs were removed. Then the body was cleansed with the palm wine and crushed incense. Next, it was filled with the crushed myrrh and other spices. After that, it was covered with a salt mixture which helped to dry it out. Then the body was wrapped in strips of white linen cloth which had been coated with resin. Finally, the preserved body or mummy was placed in a coffin or sealed in a tomb. So what is the meaning of embalm? To use oils and chemicals to preserve a body. So let's give the answer for these questions. Like how many steps are there in this process? Like I guess there are 4 or 5 process. Like first of all internal organs were removed. This is the first process. Then the body was cleaned with palm wine and crushed incense. Okay. And third one is it was covered with salt mixture which helped to dry it out. Then the body was wrapped in strips of white linen cloth. Fourth process. And the last one, the body was preserved and it was placed in the coffin. So there are 5 steps. Alright. Identify the adverbials at the beginning of each sentence that show what happened when. So let's take a look in the text and find out the adverbials. So the first adverbial is first, because it's about like what we have to do in the first beginning of the sentence, like in beginning of the process. And then is also adverbial. Then next is also adverbial. After that is also adverbial. Then is also adverbial. And finally is also adverbial because it tells us about what to do when. Like firstly we will just remove out the internal organs. Then the body was cleansed with the palm. After that it was covered with salt. So these are the sequence of steps. So it shows the adverbials. What tense is the explanation written in? Find examples. Like this explanation is written in what sentence? What tense? So it is written in the past tense. like it took, second form of verb cleansed, crushed, preserved, had. These are all the past tense. And find examples, and I have already given you the examples like took, removed, cleansed, held, wrapped, covered, placed, preserved, sealed. So these are the examples of past tense. Now change this explanation into the present tense. Like I will change the first sentence, like for example, if I have to make it in the present tense, so I will make it like it takes 17 days. It takes for the present tense. It takes 70 days. If I have to make in a future tense, I will use it will take about 70 days. Okay? What is future tense? Like what will happen in next? We don't know about it. So this is the future. And what about the past? That has happened before. And what is the present? That is happening now. Okay, which tense sounds better for this purpose? Past tense is the best for historical context. We always use past tense to show the historical context. Okay, so hope you have learned these questions. So see you next time. Bye.